Hello again, this is Julie Stairs, Tooth Fairy. I thought I'd talk to you a little bit today about choosing a toothbrush. And when you go into the shops nowadays, you look at the toothbrushes on the shelves, there's so many to choose from. It's really difficult to know which is the right one to choose for you. I just want to show you a little bit about what I think about toothbrushes and tell you perhaps of a few different toothbrushes that you may not know about. Okay, so when you're looking for a toothbrush, if I ask people, what do you look for first in your toothbrush? Many people just say the colour. A lot of people like a pink one. But the most important thing that you're looking at in your toothbrush is the size of the head. Okay. Now toothbrushes these days come in all shapes and sizes. Lots of them have fancy sticking out bits and plastic bits and all sorts of things. But what I recommend is a small-headed basic toothbrush. So this is an adult sized toothbrush. As you can see by the size of my hand, it's got a nice small head, an oval shape, and this is what I would recommend. For people who are using a really large toothbrush and really struggling to get to those difficult to reach areas, whereas a small toothbrush like this will make it a lot easier. Many times in the clinics when I've been helping somebody with their toothbrushing and they bring in their toothbrush from home, it's been really big. And I say to them, buy a small one, have a small one, we give them a small one, and they say it's so much easier to brush their teeth with a small toothbrush. So small head is the thing you're looking for most. And then what about the textures? Now you can buy really soft toothbrushes and really stiff toothbrushes, hard ones. The hard ones tend to be called smoker's toothbrushes, and we don't really recommend those because they can damage the gums. These are really good. Medium texture is what we recommend. So not too soft. If they're a little bit soft, and particularly if you're helping someone who's very elderly or frail, a softer one might be better. The softer ones are usually children's or baby brushes, and they're quite suitable to use on adults if you've got a frail, elderly or sick adult who you're helping to brush their teeth. But generally, a medium texture is what you're looking for. So this is what I would recommend for an adult, something similar to this. This one is a children's toothbrush. If you compare it to that, it's got pretty much the same size head. So a children's toothbrush can be fine for adults. The difference with them, as you can see, is the handle smaller, which makes it perhaps a little bit more difficult to hold. But apart from that, the brush head is going to do a good job. If you're caring for other people and they tend to chew their toothbrushes, or you get through them very quickly, the toothbrushes that you can buy in a pound shop are usually very good. Generally not the adult ones. The adult ones tend to be very big, but the children's ones, particularly those for age 6+ children, generally about that size head, and they can be very good. And usually you can get about 5 for a pound, which is really cheap, which means if they do wear out quickly, you can replace them often because they haven't cost very much. A toothbrush needs to be replaced when the bristles are all splayed out and not looking nice like that again. Some people wear their toothbrushes out much quicker than other people. I don't know why that is, but that seems to be the way they're brushing, I suppose. But if the toothbrush bristles are starting to splay out, then you need to replace it. So remember, nice small head. If you can only find a children's toothbrush with a small head, that's fine to use, but it may wear out a little bit quicker. There are other toothbrushes that a hygienist may recommend. One of them is a single tufted brush, or an interspace brush, which looks like that. So it just has one little tuft of brushes. Now these aren't to be used instead of your ordinary toothbrush, but as well as, because they can get around all the difficult areas to reach, particularly if you have teeth that are overlapping or a little bit crooked, anything like that, then an interspace brush could be really good to use. Here's a model of some teeth, and it's much easier to demonstrate toothbrushing on a model than it is in somebody's mouth, because they haven't got lips, cheeks, tongues, everything else to get in the way. But it's quite good to learn a good technique of toothbrushing on a model. So we have our small-headed toothbrush, and what we're going to brush, we've got to remember, we've got to brush the gum edges as well as the teeth, and we've got to brush all the surfaces. It's very easy to get, when you're brushing, to do a bit here, a bit there, a bit here, a bit there, and then you can't remember what you've done and what you haven't done. So if you have a bit of a method in it, it's much better. So start at the back. And say you're going to start at the bottom at the back, there. Now the best method to use is little circles. If you're brushing in little circles, you're going to get the gum edges and the teeth. And you're going to work your way round to the front. Now when you're brushing your teeth yourself, when you get to here, you have to turn your toothbrush round to go round to the other side. Lots of people miss a tooth at that point. So you've gone round here, you turn your toothbrush round here, and you miss your eye tooth there quite often. So it's important when you turn round that you're going to double back on yourself a little bit to make sure that you haven't missed any. And then you've completed the outside surface of your bottom teeth. Now you need to go back to where you started, but this side you're going to do the inside surface of the teeth. And as I said before, this is a lot easier on a model because you haven't got a tongue in the way. Some people find they have quite a strong gag reflex when they're doing this. You can just use the tip of the toothbrush, as long as you're making sure that that brush is getting right down to the gum edge, like that. Okay, so you're going to brush all the way round. When you get to here, if you turn the toothbrush round this way, so you get into the bottom of the front teeth at the bottom there, if you turn your toothbrush round that way, then it's easier to get right down to the gum edges. And then you're going to go all the way round to the back like that. And then you've done the inside surface, and then last of all you need to do the chewing surface of the teeth, and they can just be brushed, scrubbed like that to make them nice and clean. So all the bristles get into the little grooves in the teeth there and clean them out. And that's the bottom teeth brushed. You then go on to the upper teeth. So you don't brush the top and the bottom at the same time. Some people, the old-fashioned way, put your teeth together and brush like that, so you're brushing the top and the bottom. That's not what we recommend. We recommend that you do the bottom teeth and the top teeth separately. So again, when you start at on the upper teeth, you're going to start at the back, one side, as far as you can go. Make sure you're going right to the very back tooth, and little circles all the way around the front. Remember to get those gum edges as well. And when you get to here, again, if you're brushing your own teeth, you have to turn your toothbrush round to brush the other side. So make sure that you don't forget one here and miss it out. All the way around there. Then you've done that outside surface, and then you go back to the beginning again, and you're going to go little circles. Again, you might just want to use the tip of the toothbrush. But this is where, when you've got a small toothbrush, it makes the job a lot easier. So you're going to go, when you get to the front ones, if you turn your toothbrush like that, it's easier to get right up to the gum edges and all the way around to the back. And then last of all, the chewing surfaces. So that's just a little demonstration to you about using an ordinary toothbrush, what to look for when you're choosing your toothbrush, and the right way to use it. So I hope that's been useful to you today, and perhaps we'll look at some special brushes another time. Thanks for watching. Remember, you can go to my website www.juliestairstoothfairy.co.uk. Bye!